Hello everyone! So in today's topic, we are going to talk about fractions. These are the words to learn. Please repeat after me. Numerator, denominator, equivalent fractions, mixed fractions, improper fractions. What are fractions? Fractions comes from the Latin word fractus, means broken. It represents a part of a whole. So suppose we have 2 over 3. 2 is the numerator and 3 is the denominator. There are 3 types of fractions. First, the proper fractions are fractions where the numerator is less than the denominator. Examples for this one, we have 2 over 3, 1 over 2, 11 over 15. Now let us have the improper fractions. They are fractions where the numerator is greater than the denominator. Examples for this one, we have 13 over 12, 37 over 13, and 50 over 11. And these improper fractions can be written as mixed fractions. So mixed fractions are fractions where it is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. So we have examples: 1 and 1 over 12, 2 and 11 over 13, 4 and 6 over 11. What are equivalent fractions? So two fractions are equivalent if they have the same value. One of the simplest example of equivalent fraction is the number 1. Suppose we have 2 over 2. So it is equivalent to 1 since 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. 7 over 7 is equivalent to 1 since 7 divided by 7 is equal to 1. To write equivalent fractions, we multiply or divide both numerator and denominator by the same number. So suppose we have 8 over 12. So we decided to multiply it by 2, both the numerator and the denominator. So the result would be 16 over 24. So supposing we have 16 over 24. So in here, we decided to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 3. So the result would be 48 over 72. So therefore, we can conclude that 8 over 12, 16 over 24, and 48 over 72 are equivalent fractions. Now let us have another one, 20 over 50. So in here, we decided to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2. So the result would be 10 over 25. And then 10 over 25, we are going further to divide it by 5. So the result would be 2 over 5. So therefore, we can conclude that 20 over 50, 10 over 25, and 2/5 are equivalent fractions. Now let us compare fractions. So how to compare fractions? When the denominators of two fractions are the same, we can compare by using the numerator. So suppose we have 2/5 and 3/5. In here, 2 is less than 3, so therefore 2/5 is less than 3/5. How about 8 over 13 and 6 over 13? So since 8 is greater than 6, therefore 8 over 13 is greater than 6 over 13. How about 25 over 26 and 30 over 26? So 25 is less than 30, so therefore 25 over 26 is less than 30 over 26. Now, when the denominators of two fractions are not the same, we can cross multiply and compare the products. So suppose we have 5 over 6 and 3 over 5. So in here, we are going to cross multiply 5 times 5, which is equal to 25, and 6 times 3, which is equal to 18. So 25 is greater than 18, so therefore 5 over 6 is greater than 3/5 or 3 over 5. Now let us have 5 over 7 and 11 over 14. In here, if we are going to cross multiply 5 times 14, it would be equal to 70. And 7 times 11 is equal to 77. Since 70 is less than 77, we therefore conclude that 5 over 7 is less than 11 over 14. Now let us have negative 5 over 8 and negative 7 over 9. Since negative 5 times 9 is equal to negative 45 and 8 times negative 7 is equal to negative 56, so therefore negative 45 is greater than negative 56, so negative 5 over 8 is greater than negative 7 over 9. Now let us arrange fractions. So in here, we are going to arrange the following fractions in ascending order. So take note, ascending order is from least to greatest. So supposing we have these fractions, so the denominators are 4, 3, and 8. So we are going to determine the least common multiple of these numbers. So we are going to use the listing method. So in listing method, you are just going to multiply it by 1, by 2. So 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and so on. And then we have the multiples of 3, we have the multiples of 8. So which number is the least common to both of the three numbers? Correct. It is 24. So therefore, we are going to multiply the denominator by a number, then it will result to 24. So let us have 3/4. So it will be equal to 3 times 6, 4 times 6. So it will be equal to 18 over 24. Then if we have 1/3, we are going to multiply it by 8. So we have 8 over 24. And then 5 over 8 will be multiplied by 3. So it would be equal to 15 over 24. So since 8 is less than 15 and 15 is less than 18, so the arrangement of these fractions is 1 over 3, 5 over 8, and 3/4. Now let us have addition of fractions. So there are two rules to be followed. First, same denominator. So to add two fractions with the same denominator, we simply add their numerators and keep the denominator. So suppose we have 1/5 plus 2/5. So we will be adding 1 plus 2 and then keep the denominator, which is equal to 5. So the result would be 3 over 5 or 3/5. Now let us have the different denominator. So to add two fractions with different denominators, we must make it the same by finding the LCM of the denominators, then add the numerators. So example for this one, we have 1/3 plus 1/4. So in here, the LCM of 3 and 4 is 12. So we are going to multiply the denominators to get 12. So in doing this, so we have 1 times 4 and then 3 times 4. And then for 1/4, we have 1 times 3 and 4 times 3. So it will result to 4 over 12 plus 3 over 12. Then because they have the same denominators already, we have to add the numerator. So 4 plus 3 would be equal to 7. So the result would be 7 over 12. Now let us find the value of the following fractions. Let us read all together the given. Negative 3 over 5 plus negative 1 over 5. So in here, since they have the same denominator, we just copy 5 and then we add negative 3 plus negative 1. So it will result to negative 4 over 5. Now let us have negative 2 and 1/4 plus negative 5 over 6. In here, we are going to rewrite negative 2 and 1/4 to negative 9 over 4. And since these two fractions have different denominators, we are going to find the LCM of 4 and 6, which is equal to what? Correct, it is equal to 12. So therefore, negative 9 over 4 will be multiplied by 3 and negative 5 over 6 will be multiplied by 2. The result would be equal to negative 27 over 12 plus negative 10 over 12. Since they have the same denominator already, we are going to add negative 27 plus negative 10, which is equal to what? Correct. It is equal to negative 37. So our answer is negative 37 over 12. Now let us have another one. So 3 plus 3/4. In here, we are going to multiply 3 by the denominator of the second fraction, which is 4. So in doing this, we will be having 3 times 4 over 1 times 4, since 3 can be written as 3 over 1. So it will result to 12 over 4 plus 3 over 4. Since they have the same denominator already, we are going to add 12 and 3, which is equal to 15. So we have 15 over 4, and 15 over 4 can be written as 3 and 3/4. Now let us have another one. So negative 5 plus 1/2. In here, we are going to multiply negative 5 by the denominator of the second fraction, which is 2. So we will be having negative 5 times 2 over 1 times 2. So it will result to negative 10 over 2 plus 1/2. So since they have the same denominator already, we are going to add negative 10 and 1, which is equal to negative 9 over 4. And negative 9 over 4 is equal to negative 4 and 1/2. Now let us have subtraction of fractions. So same denominator, we are going to simply subtract the numerators and keep the denominator. So supposing we have 4/5 minus 2/5, we are going to subtract 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2, and keep the denominator, which is equal to 5. So the answer is 2/5. Now let us have different denominators. So we must make the denominator the same by finding the LCM. Then subtract the numerators. So in doing this, we have the example 9 over 10 minus 1/4. So what is the LCM of 10 and 4? Correct, it is equal to 20. So therefore, 9 over 10 will be multiplied to 2 and 1/4 will be multiplied to 5. So the result would be equal to 18 over 20 minus 5 over 20. Since they have the same denominator already, we are going to subtract 18 minus 5, which is equal to 13 over 20. Now let us subtract. So 4 over 7 minus 3 over 7 is simply subtracting 4 minus 3 and then copy the same denominator, which is equal to 7. So the answer is 1 over 7. Now let us have 5 over 8 minus negative 1 over 2. So in here, we are going to apply first the rule in subtraction of integers, which is equal to 5 over 8 plus 1 over 2. And then, because the LCM of 8 and 2 is 8, we simply multiply 1/2 by 4 over 4. So it will result to 5 over 8 plus 4 over 8. And then we will be adding the numerators, which is equal to 9 over 8. And 9 over 8 is equal to 1 and 1/8. Now let us have the last example. So supposing we have negative 2 minus 3/4. In here, negative 2 is equal to negative 2 over 1. And then we are going to multiply negative 2 over 1 by 4. So it will result to negative 2 times 4 over 1 times 4. So it will result to negative 8 over 4 minus 3/4. Since they have the same denominator already, so we have negative 8 minus 3. And what is negative 8 minus 3? Correct, it will result to negative 11. So our answer in here is negative 11 over 4. Or negative 2 and 3/4. Now let us have a short quiz. Solve the following: 9 over 10 plus 1 over 10 in 5 seconds. Timer starts now. Time is up. That's right. The answer is 1. Let us have another one. Answer this one in 5 seconds. Solve the following: 9 over 10 minus 1 over 10. Timer starts now. Time is up. That's right. The answer is 8 over 10 or 4 over 5. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching and please subscribe to my channel. See you again next time. Goodbye.